bring it in. So we have the Putco Freedom 60-inch Freedom Blade kit with the T-harness, tailgate light bar. Not a cheap light bar by any means, but it should be pretty nice. Made here in USA, and a lot of cool features. And it should be, from what it sounds like, plug and play with the wire harness it comes with.
We'll see.
We'll find out, man. According to Putco, this is the most advanced, best one you can get on the market. They talk that talk, man. So we're gonna see if they walk the walk. This goes to the battery. So we have ground, we have 12 volt, and then we have a fuse tap. The very first thing I'm gonna do is get our power tapped from the trailer power supply and remove the harness behind the trailer connection on the back of the bumper. Plug this in and then reconnect the factory harness into this side right here, and that'll give us power we need right there to feed into the light bar. This guy right here is gonna go behind. We're essentially replacing the connection here that you see on the front. I'm gonna hop in the back and then pull the connector out and then pop this in its place, and that's pretty much going to be our splitter right there. From there into the light bar using the 4-pin connector right here and these 2 single pins that will then go into these guys right here, and then that goes into the light bar.
Again, how often do we tow?
Well, no, you can still tow.
Yeah.
You still have full power. You still have the full connectability of your trailer connections. I mean, I've towed one time. Yeah, I'm not big on towing. I have tow mirrors, but they're just for looks. They're really just for looks and for more visibility, of course. In fact, I might actually be removing them because look at this, dude. The Interceptor's parked outside right now, but when I pull in the garage here, dude, I have to always flip the mirrors in when I'm backing in the garage. And when I do that, the problem is these mirrors, which are awesome, they have a reverse light function right here, right? And when I fold them in to fit in the garage, it blinds me right in my face and I can't see where I'm backing up. So they might be coming off tomorrow. Okay. We'll see. That's for another day, I guess. So how we install this is pretty easy. We have the sticky tape right there. And
how
then,
sticky is it?
3M sticky tape is pretty sticky, dude. Yeah, no, it works pretty good. Underneath the truck now. What's up, dude?
What's up? You need a pillow down there?
That'd be nice, actually. I wouldn't mind that. Here's what we're disconnecting right here. There's a little clip on top. So I'll pinch that and then give it the almighty force and pull it right out. So now I'm gonna plug in the connector into the back of the trailer connection right in its place of the factory wire harness. And then plug in the factory harness right into the Putco wire harness with one hand. So I pulled the 4 bolts out that would be in the way of the light bar. So 2 on this side and 2 on that side. And
the bumper's still here.
The bumper's still on, dude.
Are you sure
so I don't think we need them.
Okay. You throw it on the truck now?
Yep.
All right. Cool. In that little spot, right?
Yep, right where it's going.
It's been a little rainy out, so it needs that alcohol clean, dude.
Yeah, we have rain tonight, tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that too, man. So that's how it's done right there. Just do the 3M tape on the back of the bracket. And what's cool too is it actually raises it out more. So it clears, it clears that part more. It doesn't quite clear the bolt heads. So if those were back in, it still wouldn't clear that. There's not enough space in between the light bar. So we have this module here, which will go into the light bar on one side, and then on the other side, plug right into the adapter coming from the trailer connection. Okay, so I'm all done wiring it to the battery. That part was super easy, actually. So we have this relay right here, which I zip tied to the battery's bracket. That blue wire is what goes down and all the way down to the rear of the truck into the light bar. Red wire here goes into the positive terminal there on the battery. White wire there goes into the fuse box and tapped into a ignition powered fuse. The only thing about that is I had to cut off their connection because that one didn't actually fit into my factory fuse, different size. So I used my own that does fit. And then we have ground here, the black wire, which goes to the negative side of the battery. And that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward here under the hood. And then I ran that wire, the blue wire, which has a loom on it, all the way down right above the frame. I zip tied it above the frame with the other wires all the way down to the end of the truck, and then right into the light bar here on the back, right in there. And use some heat shrink tubing, and that's pretty much it, man. So all in all, pretty straightforward. Let's see it.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Oh, dang, dude.
You missed the all white
one.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool, man.
So it's this whole half right here. That's sick.
Yeah, the whole half flashes, yep. Look at all that blinker now, man. The mirror, the tail light, and now the tailgate light bar. Come on.
I need one now, too.
Now when I'm trying to switch lanes, there's no excuse.
I need one
You
now.
didn't see my signal?
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
So remember this wire right here. This is the orange wire that we're going to use to kind of tap through the flash patterns for the startup sequence, the brake light, and the turn signal. What we do is we run this to a ground. So I'll run a wire from this to extend it to a ground bolt and just tap it to flash through or switch through the flash patterns.
Well, we'll wait till the sun goes down and check it out some more. Startup sequence is so sick, dude. That's the money shot right there, dude. That's the best part of the whole thing. That makes it worth the premium price.
Got all that out that way.
Yeah, the weather's terrible right now, man. It's raining, it's cold, it's windy.
Yeah,
it's terrible. But so yeah, 7 options for the startup sequence. You have 8 options, including 4 red ones, 4 amber ones, and then 2 different options for the brake light sequence. Wow, I cannot talk. It's so freaking cold. Brake light sequence. There we go. Words are good. In reverse now is a lot easier to see at nighttime because, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell here because we got the parking lot lights, but yeah, it's a lot more light output in the rear, obviously, with the reverse function there on the light strip. So that's pretty dope. Let me show you guys why these tow mirrors probably have to go pretty soon here, because when I am parking the truck in the garage, I gotta fold them in pretty much every time so I can clear the garage door opening, and when I do that, here's what happens. Not ideal. But on another note, you guys can see the lighting we get from the light bar there on the tailgate. Pretty good lighting. There we have it for the Freedom light bar from Putco on the Tundi. A very cool light bar with lots of cool functions. The Freedom Blade light bar, which is the one I have right here, is a pretty premium price. And there is one that's like half the price, the standard just like blade light bar from Putco. But I thought I'd go ahead and get the one that has all the fancy bells and whistles and see how it is. And yeah, that being said, we have all kinds of cool startup sequence options. We have different options for the turn functions. We have 7 options for the startup sequence. We have 8 options for the turn signals and 2 options for the way the brake lights come on too. I'll show you guys all that right now, how to change those settings and what it has to offer too. So dude, it is freezing right now. Okay, so as of right now, here is the current startup sequence, which is my favorite one. I think that one's super cool. Yeah, that one's pretty sick. But all right, I'm gonna take my wire right here to extend that orange wire to a ground, and I'll show you guys how we go through the different options we have. So what I'm gonna do now is tap the orange wire that I just extended with this red wire right here to a ground. And the second I do that, it's gonna go into configuration mode, essentially. And the first thing it's gonna have me change is the startup sequence. Here are all the options for that. That one's pretty cool. All right, got like a white pulse, a red pulse. That one's interesting. Oh, that one's really sick. All right, moving on. That's the one I have it on right now. That one to me is my favorite, for sure. That one's a little too bright. That one's cool. Little ping pong effect. but I'm gonna go back to the one I had it on because that is definitely my favorite one for sure. This one's pretty cool, but that one's my favorite for sure. So now if I leave it for 5 seconds, it'll lock in that setting, and now we're in the turn signal setting. So there's one right there. We have the amber in the steady flash. That one's pretty chaotic. So we have 4 options for turn signal patterns, and then we have an option for doing those patterns in either amber or red. That one's cool right there. I like that one. Amber, and then yeah, steady flash in either amber or red. So that's pretty much it for the turn signal settings. I'm gonna go back to the red, just like steady blink. Okay, now we're in the brake light setting. So if we leave it in this flashing mode right here, I'll show you guys what it does. Okay, so I locked it in by leaving it for 5 seconds. And now what'll happen is when I hit the brake lights, it'll flicker 3 times. I'll show you guys right now. Weird. It's like a delay to it. But yeah, I'm going back to the steady flash mode. I'm not really a fan of the flickering brake light. Let's actually do a different startup sequence. Let's do, I do like that one a lot. I don't know, guys, what do you think? That one's pretty cool too. Let's do that one. All right, let's see it. Goes all white first, and then, oh yeah, that's pretty sick. You got to be kind of strategic. Once we get into the garage opening, then we can crank the wheel to the left. But we got to watch the interceptor there and use the camera to get nice and snug right up on the wall. Yeah, nobody ever said we had a lot of room, but we do fit. So that's all that matters. We're good. And that there is pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's video of the Freedom Blade light bar from Putco here for the Tundi. So far, I do like it a lot. I love my lighting. I think eventually I'm gonna have enough lights here to make my truck look like a Christmas tree all year round. Stay tuned for a lot more lighting coming very soon. But yeah, the tow mirrors here definitely need to go probably tomorrow morning because it's becoming a little bit of a nuisance getting into the garage when I have the interceptor parked there on the other side especially. So yeah, unfortunately they are probably coming off here pretty soon, tomorrow morning most likely. That there is pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the install of the Freedom Blade light bar from Putco for the tailgate. They have other options as well. They're cheaper, and they have the work light version of the tailgate bar and stuff like that too. Pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one very soon. Till then, peace.